Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Annalisa and this is Homemade Sunshine. So in this week's video, I'm going to be starting some fall transitions, but it's not what you think it is. So I live in East Tennessee and it's super hot here. It is still very summery, but it feels like all over the internet, Instagram, YouTube, that everybody, and the stores, honestly, if you go into any stores right now, it feels like they are just full on fall. People are ready for fall, and I mean, I'm ready to change up my decor and some things like that. Not necessarily for fall, but I'm just, I've had a lot of the same stuff up since spring. My spring and summer decor really transition into one another. And I just wanted to make a video where I kind of juxtapose the things I'm doing to savor the end of summer for right now while also preparing for fall. So not switching over to fall. I don't switch from fall decor, like to fall decor, until after not Memorial Day, Labor Day. I don't switch until after Labor Day because I just feel like before then is just kind of weird. I mean, some people even wait till the end of September when the first official day of fall is. I usually don't wait that long because I switch my decor over like multiple days, like I change out quilts, all that sort of stuff, and I'll probably film that in a video for you guys. But I have 3 ways in this video, and if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like, and it'll let me know that you guys want to see a part 2 of me preparing for fall while also still savoring our last little bit of summer, because I feel like sometimes we get in too much of a rush to get into the next season. I know I can be. This is not usually the season I'm rushing. I'm usually rushing like around March, April, because it's usually still very cold here. And I am so sick of winter clothes. I'm tired of wearing sweaters and jeans and all of that. So I'm trying to savor my last little bit of summer months with my summer clothes and all of the wonderful, beautiful, sunny weather. So let's get started. Okay, so when it comes to preparing for my fall wardrobe, I am making a fall thrifting wish list. I always feel like fall is one of the hardest seasons to thrift for. It might not be depending on where you live, but I have generally a very hot fall. Sometimes it honestly feels like summer. I feel like there's usually like 1 week where I can wear like fall sweaters in cold weather clothes. Also, if you hear purring in the background, the cat's just like walking back and forth as I film this. Yeah. It was recently her birthday also, in case you wanted to hear that news. We got her in August of last year, so she is 1 year old now. I know. So she's just walking around back and forth as I film this because she normally cannot be in the room with me while I film, but she's getting to be in here for now if she's good. But anyways, so I've made a little wish list here, and this can be for lots of things. When you make a thrift wish list, you can be making a looking ahead list of like what clothes for the cold season you're going to need for your kids, or maybe that your spouse needs, anything like that. But for me, since this is the wardrobe portion of preparing for fall and savoring summer, we're preparing for fall with our own wardrobes. So first thing on my list is a fall graphic tee. I don't really need any. I just love them. I enjoy finding a fall graphic tee. Anything with pumpkins or leaves, anything like that, I thoroughly enjoy. A corduroy skirt, which is gonna be like, that's super far-fetched, but I've seen some really cute ones that I would love to try. So I don't know. If I can find one, I know kind of what I'm looking for. Something like maybe a little A-line. I'm not sure. It's hard to find good quality corduroy skirts. Probably if I'm gonna find one, it's gonna be secondhand. Oh, hey. Hey, baby. So I guess she's just gonna be here in the background for this video. She loves to be on camera. I would love to find like either vintage or new, but I feel like finding a vintage one's going to be easier. Would be a fun cardigan with fall embroidery, something with pumpkins, leaves, just that traditional grandma style sweater would be super awesome. I love heavily embroidered sweaters. I have a vintage Talbot's one with florals that I loved for this spring when it was still freezing cold. So a fun embroidered cardigan. I love anything with embroidery, so anything embroidered I'm willing to pick up. Anything with a leaf or a fall graphic. Then I would love to find a denim maxi skirt. I feel like that is a really hard thing to find because I don't like I love that the denim maxi skirt is trending. I don't love the ones with the really high slits in the front or in the back, but in the front especially, I really don't prefer. I would love a denim maxi skirt and a modest cut that actually fits. I had one that I had thrifted. I tried it. I didn't really like it. It was really full and it just ended up, and it was so high-waisted that it looked bizarre, and it was hard to pair it with things because it wasn't full length. So it was like this thick A-line, like poofy maxi skirt that I could not find anything to match with, and because it wasn't long enough, you couldn't wear boots, so it was just very, very difficult to work with. And then for my last clothing item that I'm looking for on my thrift wish list this year for fall is fall fancy pants and or jeans. So when I say fancy pants, I mean pants that aren't jeans. I don't like to say dress pants because I don't love just like plain dress pants. Patterned chino pants are cute. Anything that's just kind of different. I would also love some pretty corduroys. I have some in like a blue-green color, but I would love like a rust. That'd be very pretty. Or even an ivory would be nice. I'm not sure. But fun pants. Let's just round it out to there. Jeans with pretty embroidery, maybe little leaves on them. I know I keep saying embroidery, but I love embroidery. I love embroidered items. That's something I probably need to learn how to do because I love embroidered things so much. So many cute things that I've been seeing online for fall. I like to bring a lot of, as you can probably tell from my thrift wish list, I like a lot of feminine, maybe you could call whimsical touches. I just don't want to look too serious fall. Do you know what I mean? You know how the people will joke about like the sad beige aesthetic or whatever. I am probably the opposite. I like a lot of color. I like a lot of prints. I like fun, feminine details and maybe a little bit of flashy details. I don't know. Not gaudy, but a little bit, you know, just something fun. I love a fun touch of something. So for this little part of the project, you may have to look through your fall tubs, if you have any, to see what you might need for this season coming up. I know, like for my mom, we have to look for her a shacket. I picked up a plaid shacket for myself last year. I have been looking for one for a long time, and I finally found one for $1 at a thrift store, and I was thrilled. I wore it a ton. It looked so cute with a black dress, and it was perfect for the year. I loved that. Sometimes with fall clothes, I feel like they can tend to look too masculine, and plaids sometimes can lean too masculine. So my trick for that is I like to wear them with a dress usually instead of jeans, unless I'm going for more of like a denim on denim, like jean shirt and jeans sort of a look. I like to add more feminine details so it looks girlier. If I wear like a manly colored plaid shirt, I feel like I just look like somebody's like dad or their grandpa, which is totally a personal preference. If you like that, that's totally okay. But I like to have feminine details in my clothing. So that is my prepping for fall portion of my wardrobe. So when it comes to wardrobe for savoring the summer, my tip and advice here is to get the most out of your summer items before you can't wear them anymore. I know some people don't wear white after Labor Day, and I am one of those people. Not because I feel like, I mean, it's not like against the law or something. You don't have to do that, but I like to save my white pieces for spring, summer. I think I start wearing white earlier than maybe most people. I start wearing white in March. I don't know if that's really around the time that you're supposed to start wearing it again, but that's when I start. So I'll show you some examples of some of the pieces that I would say would constitute savoring the summer when it comes to spring, summer pieces in my own wardrobe. So here's part of my closet. It's a hot mess. I probably need to declutter some things, but we're just gonna ignore that for now. So first off, and of course I'm not gonna show you every single thing in my wardrobe, but this is just to give you guys ideas. But first would be anything like this dress, full on white, lightweight cotton fabric. I mean, that is not something I'm gonna be wearing this fall, and it'd be nice to get another wear out of it if I can. We've also got a dress like this. So of course you think leaves, fall, but not all leaf prints are fall prints. I would call this kind of more palm leafy style to be a summer print. So this would be something I would want to wear at least one more time because I do love this dress. It is originally from Cracker Barrel a couple years ago. We also have double hung on this hanger what I would call built-in shelf bra dresses, like an activewear dress. I have two pink ones on this hanger. One is Prana and one is Tihama. Both thrifted, of course. I mean, hardly any of this stuff is bought new, except for that Cracker Barrel dress. But these sort of dresses, as soon as it starts getting the least bit chilly, you're not going to be wearing these anymore because there is no padding in most of these kind of dresses. I think some still do, but I feel like the exercise dress, unless you live in like Florida, like y'all, if you live in Florida, Southern California, you can probably ignore everything I'm saying. But I live in Tennessee. We have very distinct seasons. And when we start to have all the different colors of the leaves, I like to dress to match the season's colors, those sort of things. I'm a seasonal color palette person. So a built-in bra dress, plus it's gonna be, like I said, there's no pads and you're gonna be super cold when it comes to be the least little bit chilly. Another type are these little cami style dresses from Old Navy. I have quite a few. I feel like this style, the camisole dress, unless you have it in a fall color, most of the prints they make in this dress are very spring summery, as I can show you up closer here. It's a little wrinkled, but I have a couple of those, like this one also. They are just very, very summery, springy, and I used to have one in a fall pattern that I would wear through middle September to beginning of October until it started to get a little chillier. But I say this, that it starts to get a little chilly in October. We'll have like a little bit of cold weather. Last Christmas was super freezing cold, and then the Christmas before that, I think I had sandals on. And I had sandals on New Year's Eve/day that year, so you never know. Also, try to get the most wear out of your linen, because something like this just screams beach. This dress in particular is a beach lunch lounge, which I think TJ Maxx or Marshall's has. I picked this up for 50 cents at a thrift store, and it is the most comfortable dress. It's lined in cotton. It's a linen exterior. It's amazing, amazing. So those are some of the things. If you have any summery bags, now's the time also to pick those out and wear them. I have this bag, which I love. This is Vera Bradley, a leather crossbody bag in lemon. I love this little bag. It's so cute. The lining is gorgeous. I picked this up when I used to work at a Vera Bradley outlet in my teens. It was a great job. Loved that job. So get the most of those bags while you still can. And now we'll venture over to my skirts. First, we'll start with this skirt. Of course, like the white dress, anything white, trying to wear any of that right now while we still can. I have way more summer skirts than I need, honestly, but I love skirts. Love skirts. Some people are dress people, and while I do love dresses, I thrift skirts a lot easier in my area. If I found more modest dresses that fit me and that I liked, I would probably wear more, but I don't, so that's fine. So for this, of course, we're gonna talk prints again. Citrus, spring, summer. Nobody's wearing lemons and limes in the fall generally, unless you live in Palm Beach, which, more power to you if you live in Palm Beach. I follow a gal on Instagram called Palm Beach Thrifter or Thrifters, I don't know. She's a great channel, or not channel, Instagram page. I'm so used to speaking in YouTube terms. She has a great Instagram page. She'll post like what she finds, and my favorites is when she styles herself with thrifted pieces or her mother. So fabulous. So give her a follow. She is very cute, very cool. Okay, so here's a good example. This is a little skirt, and if you can see here, there are crabs on it. So this has two things that make it too summery. First off, the crabs. Any nautical, it fits into nautical prints that are gonna be, you know, that you're gonna wanna retire going into fall. It also fits into novelty summer prints, such as seahorses, anchors, crabs, seashells, anything like that. So this would be something that for sure will be getting put up as soon as I switch over my closet, about the same time I switch my fall decor, which is generally after Labor Day. And like I said, it takes me probably the whole month of September to do like every single thing, switching all the decor, bedding, the clothes out. It takes a long time. So That being said, I say after Labor Day, who knows when it actually gets done. Here's another good example of a print that would be time to put away, would be the beach toil patterns. This skirt is lovely. It's vintage Briggs, New York. It's actually a size 10, which is crazy because it does not fit like a 10. I mean, look at that waist. That is definitely not a 10. This is gorgeous. So let me show you, maybe in reference to what would be a couple fall patterns and skirts I would be wearing. And this is, like I said, you can take what I say with a grain of salt. If you want to keep wearing lemons and all of that stuff, we've only got one life to live. If you want to wear them, wear them. So first, here's one skirt pattern that I for sure would be wearing in the fall. Even though there are some pinks, the black being very dark, I have a beautiful black three-quarter sleeve blouse that would look beautiful with this. And if you wanted to wear a black ballet flat, that is perfectly perfect. A good fall transition that's still feminine and girly. And these two skirts are great to juxtapose against one another. These are both the exact same skirt. They are both, well, I think one, the pleats are tiny bit smaller. Both of them are Vince Camutos, so same exact skirt. And just, you can see when you look at them what feelings these evoke are completely different because of the colors. This one is white with the purple, blue, and yellow florals. I mean, the whole thing is basically white, ivory, doesn't make you feel fall. This darker floral, even though it does have lavender in it, from a distance, this looks much more autumnal, seasonally appropriate. And don't forget to look at your maxi skirts. You may think, maxi skirt, it's getting cold, I can wear those. But not all the patterns are necessarily going to work. I have a beautiful, for example, white eyelet maxi skirt. This is perfect for spring transitional time because it's well lined, it's long. This will actually keep you decently warm in that spring transition time. So just because it's a maxi doesn't mean I'm going to wear it this fall. And of course, you guys know about shorts. I don't even think I need to pull those out. I have novelty print shorts with like coral on them. I'm not going to be wearing those. Those are very beachy. So when I switch my closets over, I'm not trying to take a whole ton of stuff out because it is hot. It will be hot at Labor Day. It'll be hot after Labor Day. So I'm going to try to keep, of course, plenty of clothes like those skirts that will serve me well for the time and the weather that I'm experiencing. But I just like to make space and not look at and feel sad that summer is over because I love summer. So we're just transitioning on. Granted, you could wear that white maxi skirt if you wanted to wear like a denim shirt with it, but I'm still probably going to put it away for the season. But I also have a lot of clothes, so I'm able to do that. All right, and then we'll end here with tops and blouses. Some of these are going to be the same things you've already heard before, such as we've got fishes on this shirt. I've had this shirt forever, but won't wear that this coming up time of the year. This off the shoulder Lily Pulitzer blouse. Of course, I'm not going to be wearing that with these flamingos. I got this on for like a steal at a consignment store end of season sale. I think last year, maybe year before. But some examples of some tops that are sleeveless or short sleeve that I will be wearing in the upcoming season are something like this. This is a beautiful black with those pretty fall toned patterns there. And then this loft top, this is just the back since they're double hung because I don't wear these. I don't wear these at all in spring, summer. So then they're fresh and new for fall. This beautiful dense ditzy floral pattern also looks great for fall. And you have these two t-shirts we can juxtapose against each other as to why one looks more autumnal and one doesn't. This shirt, we've got peaches. It's 100% linen. We have tropical florals, tropical leaves. So this will be going, but this one will stay. I haven't worn this yet, but I just got it this summer, so I just went ahead and hung it up instead of putting it away in my fall tubs. I usually keep one fall tub that's specifically like early fall things that are colored for fall that are also short sleeve, sleeveless, summery weather appropriate. So this one is a great background. We have moodier, darker florals more florals that look like they would fit in the fall. And let me just show you for an example a couple of dresses that I will for sure be wearing this fall. This is a new to me black dress. Mine had gotten old since the last year. This one is from the brand Flax that I thrifted, and it's very thin, lightweight, but you can layer it up for extra warmth. And then this dress is Old Navy, one of their short sleeve swing dresses. I love these. It just has a very nice little pattern to it. It has a good flow, and this is another great fall transition piece that is also extremely comfortable. Hey y'all, so for this portion of finishing out the summer strong while transitioning into the fall for our fall prep is our gardens, because it is August here still and we are harvesting lots of things from our garden, and I still have things to plant. But you might be thinking, Annalise, it's kind of late in the season to be planting vegetables, but a greenhouse near my mom gave a bunch of free pepper plants away because they had too many, and of course nobody's going to buy pepper plants this late in the season in August, but they've already got peppers on them, so I figured, hey, we'll plant them in the ground and we'll get as many as we can get off of them. So I did not really plant this garden this year at all. My garden plan was, when a greenhouse had a clearance sale, I bought what they had. So I have tomatoes, peppers, and one squash plant from my parents, which the squash plant, I think somebody's just ripping the squash blossoms off of it, like some sort of a critter, and I'm not sure who is doing that, but I will show you what we've got here. So here are some of the pepper plants. As you can see, they've already got peppers on them, all on this one and on the other one as well. So these are pimentos, sweet peppers on this one, I think, for the most part. Maybe some jalapenos. Let me turn it and see, but I think they're all pimentos for the most part. Yes, so these are all pimentos here, and then all of these peppers, as you can see, are doing quite well. And I don't know if these have a label. I think these are just some variety of a sweet pepper, but I am not entirely sure which one they are. But I need to harvest a bunch of these already before they're even in the ground. And then over here are my few little plants that I've planted, and some of them are doing okay and others not so much. This one is actually looking better. I thought he was just gonna die, but he's getting better. This one got attacked by, I think they're called those horn worms that become moths. So that's why these are all eaten up, but luckily we got them off in time. So the top part is all new growth, so it's not dead yet. This one has been our best. This one is called a mortgage lifter, and he has been really incredible. There are some tomatoes down here, such as this one right down here. And this one is finally his next door neighbor getting some blooms on him at the top. And then his next door neighbor, Mr. Squash, he's just having a hard time. Almost all the buds have completely fallen off as soon as they've started growing, so you know, we'll see how he goes. This jalapeno plant has been a champion. It has grown me so many jalapenos, and it's just been amazing. So that's what these little parts are, where I clipped off the jalapenos that were fully grown. But this sucker's been incredible. His friend has not grown that much, the other jalapeno. And then this is Purple Beauty bell peppers, and we've only just now started getting some little babies on it, but it looks like there's gonna be quite a few. And the Emerald Giant bell peppers next door are just starting, if you can see, to get little tiny bits on it. Also back here, we've recently planted some rows of Sharons from my parents. As you can see, these tall sprigs here, and we're hoping at least a few of them survive, so we'll see. I never know sometimes, you know, when you try to transplant little saplings. And then there's one back here in that corner, and one that you can't really see up there who's not doing so hot. So you've already heard me talk some about the savoring the summer portion of outdoor gardening. So just trying to enjoy the beautiful flowers that you've already planted. Enjoy the harvest from the hard work you've put in to grow whatever vegetables or flowers that you have grown this year. You'll see me at the end of this planting montage harvesting some beautiful flowers that came up that I did not know were even here on this property. They just all of a sudden were up, and I said, oh, okay, I guess these flowers are here. So just savoring that outdoor time while we still can, whether it relates to gardening or not. Now it's starting to get a little bit cooler in the mornings. It's a good time to go and get your walks in before, it gets too chilly. So the prepping for fall portion of gardening and outdoors is getting ready to plan for your garden, if it's appropriate for the zone that you live in, by purchasing bulb plants. So if that's in your budget this year, then that is something that I am planning on doing, is ordering some bulb plants to plant this fall, or just look up what in your zone specifically that you can plant in the fall. I know there are some cold hardy vegetables that you can plant, some types of leafy greens like kale, I think you can grow in the winter, and some other hardy vegetables such as that. So that is how I am prepping for fall. You could also maybe get some seeds even to prepare for next year if you really felt like it. But I'm sticking to focusing on bulb plants for this time of the year, whether it's tulips, irises, I believe crocus is another one. Trying to think of any others. We have a lot of, daylilies, that's one. We have daylilies in one portion. We have so many irises, and almost none of them bloomed this year because we had a late freeze. So I will be thrilled next year to see what they actually are going to be, because they're everywhere and they're all over the place. If you watched one of my spring gardening videos, you'll have seen where I had to move a whole bunch that had even just started sprouting up randomly in the grass, like not in a flower bed anywhere. So it's good to savor this outdoor time while we still can before it starts to get cold. I know in many parts of the country it starts getting freezing cold as of October, and like I've said before, here it's 50-50. It might be really cold, might be really hot. I remember last October was that way. So you just honestly never know, and it's best to savor the outdoor gardening time while you actually can enjoy it. So just trying to savor these last little bits of summer without looking too far ahead into fall, and really having the heart and mindset for savoring the season that we're in, which you can use as a bigger analogy for life itself. But for this video, we're just talking about savoring the actual physical season that we're in. And I know in other parts of the world that they are experiencing the opposite of us. They're transitioning into spring, I guess would be, I think that's the correct lineup for people who are like in Australia and things like that. Okay, so here is the pepper patch part 1. Try saying that 5 times fast. So we've got peppers all lined up in rows over here, stretching all the way this way. So yeah. We still have a whole other flat of the pimentos to plant, but we've gotten a lot of these done, and hopefully we'll be able to get some peppers off of them. Like I said, I know it's late in the season, but still, I feel good about it, and we'll plant up some more. So I actually have been able to get quite a few peppers off of these plants. Really this year, my plants that I've planted myself have done quite well, other than one tomato plant that was, it's not in the back of our house, I've not shown it, but we put those in the black gardening bags, like people use those for potatoes and stuff. So we tried that, and something knocked it over, knocked it completely on top of itself, so it broke the plant and then it died. So that didn't work out. And I did have a resurrection lily come up, one of them, which was so beautiful, and then we had a huge storm, and we had a tree limb fall on it and kill it and break it so early. I was so upset about that. But it just goes to show it happens, you know. Hopefully it'll be back next year. And it was odd because it was just one of them. It was just one flower. But those are perennials. But I was looking into it, and you have to, when it's done flowering for the season, you have to like dig it up and separate out the bulbs itself. So that's something I'm going to have to do if I want to have more resurrection lilies. So very excited about that. And it's so nice to just enjoy having your garden, and you can even container garden if you don't have a garden. Also, you just saw me pick up and show you a rock and then toss it. Every time I'm digging these holes in this planter, there's rocks. Okay, so now all of the peppers are planted, and I will give you a look at the pepper, I don't know, the pepper palace, the pepper patch, the pepper explosion in this backyard now. So we start right here, and then we make it all the way down, way past there, to see all these peppers. So a lot of peppers. We'll see what happens with them. These are mostly pimentos on this side, and we'll walk to the other side. And then starting about here, we have the small sweet peppers. So we've gotten all of these in the ground. So for the third and final tip for this video is savoring our summer home decor while prepping for fall home decor. So my biggest part of savoring summer decor is, I know that right now it's probably starting to get really tired of looking at the same thing, so maybe consider, like I'm doing here, putting out some fresh flowers, changing out your kitchen towels, changing out your runners, as you'll see me doing here next. Just some little things that maybe you've grown tired of, but you're not ready to pull out the fall decor, which if by all means you're ready to pull it out, go ahead and pull out fall decor. I'm not going to stop you, but for me, I'm not ready to move over to fall decor, so instead I'm just switching out some simple linens to give the home just a fresher look. Gives me a chance to clean surfaces, clean the old runners, all of those sorts of things. So for the prepping for fall portion is, you can start to make a thrift wish list like I did before of any decor you might be desiring for fall or needing for fall. I hesitate to say need because we don't really need home decor now, do we? But you can start prepping for fall even also by just looking on Pinterest and seeing some of the beautiful things, maybe some natural things you can go pick up like pine cones to incorporate into your decor. Just maybe making a fall mood board on Pinterest of different, you know, ways people have their rooms decorated, that you can see what elements you might want to bring into fall and some things that you might need. I'm very excited to decorate for fall when that time comes, but for now, I'm going to savor the pieces that I have and just spruce things up a little bit here and there. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and consider subscribing. Leave me a comment down below. When do you start decorating for fall and switching out your closet? Until next time, bye.